Hello and welcome everybody to this instructional video on accessing the Lexia Power Up programme from home. You may or may not have heard of this programme already. It's something that we use in school, and we've been getting Year 7 and Year 8, a large number of pupils set up to use it both in school and from home over the past month or so. Given that we're in lockdown, we've produced this video so that you're able to support your child in accessing the programme at home, so they're not missing out on developing their literacy skills even further. So just to get you started, I'm going to talk you through the process of logging in, and then I'm just going to tell you a few important things about the programme. And of course, if you do have any questions or concerns, you can contact me, and my email address will be at the end of this video. So first things first, you need to go to lexiapowerup.com. You can see the web address nice and clearly at the top there. You can access Lexia Power Up from any device with an internet connection. So it must be connected to the internet, but that really is the only stipulation in terms of getting your child logged into the system. You only have to input the teacher's email once, and you can see that on the right hand side of the slide there. It is simply teacher@redhill.com. I should let you know that if you send an email to that email address, it won't go anywhere. That's just the way that the usernames work on this system. You then, once you have done that, and I will show you on the next slide what that looks like, have to enter your child's username and password, and that needs to be entered every single time, which is why we've kept them nice and simple, and you'll see what I mean shortly. The nice thing about Lexia is it can be easily slotted in around home learning. So I'm well aware of the lessons that are being set by your children's teachers at the moment and how much they're working through each day. Lexia shouldn't be seen as a chore. They recommend 30 minutes each day to see the maximum improvement to your child's literacy skills, and that is tried and tested over a number of years with this company. So it really could just be a case of, typically they would have done it in form time during the morning, so perhaps they might want to have that routine of getting up and doing their 30 minutes of Lexia, or maybe it's something that they can use and do on their phone much later in the day when they're away from the laptop. So I'll leave that at your discretion, but they do recommend that 30-minute slot each day just to make sure that they get the most out of the programme. Moving forward then, we have their particular usernames and passwords. If I've already spoken with your child at school, they will have been given a very small card with these details on. But just in case they've lost that, or they haven't remembered, or in case they haven't yet been set up on the programme, which is the case for a number of you, this is how the usernames work. So we have complete first name of your child, followed by their surname initial, and then it's simply @redhill.com. So if your child's name were Joe Bloggs, it would simply be joeb@redhill.com. And it is case sensitive with those names at the start there, so you do need to make sure that you have those capital letters. The password then is Redhill in caps. Again, that's case sensitive, so you must ensure that you have that all written in caps to log yourself in. They don't need the educator button there, that's for me. They just need to make sure that they've got the student button selected. And when they click login, it should take them to a short video about what Lexia does before it takes them to the very first thing that they need to do. Before I mention what that is, this is just a little slide that I've taken straight from Lexia's website that tells you roughly the sort of things that they do. So it divides the work into word study, grammar and comprehension, and it breaks down the skills into lots of different units. It's got a very advanced placement test that it does with the children initially to work out where they're at with each skill, and according to that it places them at the relevant level and then works them up from there. So it really is quite an intelligent programme. It's individualised, it's specifically targeted for the child, and what I think a lot of the children that have already started on this would agree is that there's a lot of elements of fun to this. It's not all about sitting there and slogging through something that's quite boring to read. The texts are carefully chosen, and a lot of the activities are kind of set up as if they're games. So it really is quite fun for the children, all in all. What you can see here is an example of what one of those units might look like for the child. Just a few things I wanted to point out for you, because this can help you with encouraging your child to get involved more with Lexia. You can see there's a shield and a sort of gold number at the top right there. Pupils get rewarded for how well they do on the programme, and the computer system does all of that itself. If they get correct answers in a row, for example, they get a streak, and if they continue to do that, they get a shield to protect it, so they've got sort of an extra life if they make a mistake. They can seek extra help from the computer by listening to instructions again, or by having it read to them, or by pointing out keywords and targets and things like that. So those buttons there provide assistance for them in that manner. Now, the other important thing for you to know is that the first time that they log in, your child will have to do a placement test. Now, it's not a particularly exciting test, and it certainly isn't indicative of all of the other things that Lexia has got going on for it. But what it does is it helps the computer learn exactly where they need to start on each element of that programme. So it is important that they do that and don't be put off by the fact that it's not immediately engaging and exciting. It's just a short hurdle to get over before they can start getting down to the much more exciting parts of the programme. So finally, just to sum up for you, 30 minutes a day, just 30 minutes a day on Lexia will significantly increase your child's literacy skills. So it really is worthwhile trying to find that time and encouraging them to get themselves logged onto it. It's easy to access from anywhere, provided there is an internet connection, you're good to go. And it promotes independence and enjoyment of learning. I've seen that happen firsthand with the children that I've started on the programme so far. Final thing from me then. I am the literacy coordinator for the school. My name is Mrs. Wakefield. If you do want any more help or advice and guidance regarding Lexia, then please do feel free to email me. My address is at the bottom there. And also you should know that I'm able to remotely monitor how each child on the programme is getting on. So periodically I'll send things like group call texts through to you to let you know when they're doing particularly well or when they could do with increasing their hours and that sort of thing. I hope you find this video informative and useful. Thank you very much. Goodbye.